Welcome to Home Care Business Insights, your go-to resource for exploring the many aspects of running a successful home care business. Whether you're an industry pro, new entrepreneur, or just curious about the industry, this podcast offers strategies, tips, and solutions to help you succeed. While AI-generated voices host the episodes, the insights are real and designed with your growth in mind. Let's dive into what matters most in building a thriving home care business. Now let's hear from our AI hosts.
Today, we're looking at something really interesting: the intersection of home care franchising, family businesses, and building real generational wealth. And with Father's Day just last weekend, it feels like a good time to talk about the role dads and families play in shaping that kind of legacy. So our mission here is to unpack how home care, maybe in an industry you haven't thought much about in this way, offers some, pretty unique opportunities, especially if you're looking to maybe change your career path, get away from the 9-to-5 grind, and build something that lasts for generations. More than just a business, right?
Absolutely. And we're drawing on some really helpful material today. We've got insights from home care franchising, a path to generational family wealth, and also a piece called Why Dads Are Thriving as Senior Care Franchise Owners. Together, they really paint a picture of how this sector is quietly making a big impact on families.
Okay, let's jump in then. Building something that doesn't just pay the bills now, but actually grows into an asset for your kids, your grandkids. It sounds great. But how does a business, specifically a home care franchise, actually do that? Go beyond just income to building a real legacy. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, what's really key, and what these sources highlight, is that home care franchising offers a surprisingly clear path for that. Think about it. You're not starting from scratch. You get a structured framework, like a pre-built system for almost everything. Marketing, operations, training, it's all laid out. That cuts down hugely on the learning curve, avoids those early mistakes lots of startups make. And then there's the brand. You're not spending years trying to build recognition. You instantly get a name people might already know, which is huge for getting clients, getting good staff. And this isn't just about starting easier. It makes it simpler for the next generation too. When they step in, they're not inheriting a mess. They get a working business, a reputation, a plan, that structure. It helps ensure the business keeps going, which helps the family, obviously, but also the community that needs the care.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like buying a roadmap instead of trying to draw one yourself in the dark. But okay, legacy usually involves money, real financial security. So how does this legacy talk translate into actual financial returns? Because, let's be honest, care doesn't always scream big profits to people.
Right, and that's where the dynamics get interesting. The sources show that even with a relatively modest initial investment compared to other franchises, maybe low to mid six figures, the potential return is significant. This isn't some small niche anymore. Home care is essential, and demand is booming because, the population is aging. It's become a really robust and, potentially quite lucrative industry. And what really helps for long-term wealth is the recurring revenue. It's not usually one-off sales. People need ongoing care. That creates predictable income. So a well-run franchise with that steady demand and good systems builds equity, builds cash flow. That's transferable wealth. It's not just a salary today. It's an asset that can grow, providing security for, generations down the line.
And it's the sustainability too, right? Not just quick returns. People are scared of starting a business, the failure rates. How does the franchise model specifically help lower that risk compared to just, going it completely alone?
Yeah, excellent point. That's a core benefit of franchising generally. Starting from absolute zero is tough. Failure rates are high. We all know that. With a franchise, you buy a proven system. The brand recognition is already there or starting to build. That saves time, saves marketing money. You get the manuals, the tech, the marketing materials, sometimes even supplier deals. You're not having to figure all that out yourself. You're just implementing a plan. So that lowers the barrier, reduces the chance of big, costly errors. A good franchise, especially in a growing market like home care, can offer pretty steady long-term returns. It becomes a real part of your wealth portfolio. It's an asset that grows, providing that solid foundation for the family business.
Okay, so the structure, the financials, the lower risk, that all makes sense. But what about the family side, day to day? How do families actually work together in this model? Family business can be tricky.
Yeah, it can, but the franchise model actually helps there too. Because it has those defined systems and processes, it clarifies roles. Family members can plug in where their strengths are. Maybe one's good at marketing, another at HR, someone else handles client relations. It avoids that fuzziness you sometimes get in family businesses where nobody's quite sure who does what. It actually helps build a stronger team. And what's interesting is that many home care franchises are pretty flexible. Some even have like home-based options for the office side. So you don't always need a big commercial space right away. That flexibility makes it easier for the whole family to be involved, kind of blending work and home life in a way that's often impossible otherwise.
That flexibility point really hits home, especially thinking about Father's Day again. For a lot of guys, becoming a dad totally changes how they see their career. The long hours, the travel, the corporate stress, it used to feel normal, maybe even necessary. But suddenly it feels like it's stealing time, keeping you from school plays, from bedtime stories, from just being there. It's a huge shift.
It really is.
Yeah.
The sources definitely back this up. We see dads from all sorts of backgrounds, former execs, healthcare guys, sales leaders, operations managers, finding real success, and maybe more importantly, fulfillment as senior care franchise owners. They're consciously choosing to leave the corporate world. They want to build something that works better for their life, for their values. It's about purpose, not just profit.
So let's dig into those specific benefits for dads. What's the biggest pull factor you see?
Oh, number one, easily, is getting back time and flexibility. But it's more than just more time. It's control over your time. It means not having to ask permission to go to your kid's event, not missing milestones because you're stuck on a conference call, owning the franchise, building a team. It allows for a different kind of work-life integration. You get to set the priorities.
Yeah, and we have some great quotes on this. Keith Perry, he's a franchisee down in Abilene, Texas. He said, even though the responsibilities never stop, it allows you to pause and work as much as you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions that with the right strategy, you can eventually work on the business, not just in it, supporting the team, guiding things. That's the goal, right?
Exactly. Strategic oversight.
And Dustin Rauch, he's in Waco, Texas, has young daughters. His take really shows the daily impact. He says, franchising has provided a lot of flexibility that allows me to plan my day around school events, doctor's appointments that let me prioritize my girls. He says they prioritize family meals. He's home for most breakfasts and dinners. And he talks about creating lasting family connection. He adds, one of the biggest benefits is that it has given me much more opportunity to be part of their daily life and to be present. That's huge. It changes everything.
It really does. And beyond just being present, there's the aspect of leading by example. Running a senior care business gives dads this amazing chance to teach their kids about, well, leadership, hard work, but also compassion, empathy. It's not just talk. They see it happening. They see their parents building something that helps people.
Dustin Rauch touches on that too. He says his daughters get to hear them discuss the business, the ups and downs, the importance of hard work and dedication when things aren't always easy or fun. He says it helps teach them how to treat people, how to care for staff like family, and his hope for them is powerful. I hope that having a business will open the opportunity for them to someday take over if they want to, or be brave enough to step out on their own, because they have seen that it is possible.
Wow, that's a legacy right there.
Mm.
Not just money, but modeling possibility. Precisely. Which leads right into the next big benefit. Creating that tangible, multi-generational legacy.
Mm.
The sources show some dads go into this specifically to build something their kids can inherit, or maybe even join sooner rather than later. It's about thinking beyond your own career, establishing a family asset that keeps giving.
And the stories are really moving. Rick Perry, Keith Perry's dad, he started a franchise first. He says, I purchased a caring franchise as a business, but it has become a passion. It allowed me the benefits of providing financially, as well as the ability to spend quality time.
Yeah.
And now, watching his son run his own franchise while he enjoys being a grandfather, he says his son's enthusiasm is contagious and motivating.
That's amazing. A full circle.
It really is. Then there's Mike Walls in Brazoria County, Texas. He also talks about the flexibility gained after the initial hard work. Allowed our family to take vacations at off-peak times, attend different programs and events, and generally be more involved. And his broader view, opening a caring senior service franchise was not only a great success for me and my wife, but for our family as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
We see it paying many dividends long into the future.
That's it right there. Paying dividends long into the future.
Yeah. And the final piece, which connects everything, is putting skills and purpose together. Dads coming from corporate jobs, they bring leadership skills, strategy, communication, all valuable stuff. But often, what really pulls them to senior care is deeper. It's that desire to do meaningful work, to, make a difference. It's aligning what they're good at with what they care about. Exactly. The mission is so clear, helping seniors stay home, stay healthy, stay happy. It's not just spreadsheets and meetings. It's impacting lives directly. Mitch Wallace, an owner in Canton, Ohio, he put it nicely. The best investment a father can make is in something that grows with his family. He says, owning a franchise gives dads tools to teach kids about entrepreneurship, not just in words, but by example. Powerful stuff.
It is. But it's also important to remember, it's still running a business. It takes work. But the franchise advantage comes back here, too, with the support system. Good franchisors offer a lot of training, ongoing operational help, marketing support, peer networks. You're not totally alone. That support is crucial for owners to succeed without getting completely swallowed by the business, which lets them keep that family focus we've been talking about.
Right, it's that combination again. Business goals, yes, but mixed with that real passion for helping seniors and their families. That adds a layer of fulfillment you don't get everywhere, makes it feel like more than just work.
Absolutely. So for anyone listening who's intrigued, the key final step is really doing your homework. Market research is critical. You need to find a franchise that fits your finances, sure, but also matches the actual need in your local area. Look at the demographics, who the competition is, the local rules. Due diligence is key to building on a strong foundation.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. The core message from this deep dive. Home care franchising really does offer this unique mix. It's a business opportunity, yes, but it's also a path to building a family legacy and finding, well, deep personal meaning in your work. It's a way to maybe redefine success so it doesn't cost you your family time and actually build something lasting for them.
Which really leads to a final thought, maybe a question for you, the listener, to ponder. How does what you're doing now, professionally, line up with the kind of generational impact you want to have for your family? Is it maybe time to look at something different, something where you can lead in business, sure, but also lead at home, in your community, building something that truly works for your life, your values, and maybe even for the generations after you?
Something to definitely think about. We hope this deep dive gave you some valuable food for thought. Thanks so much for joining us.